What's good, YouTube? It's Zen, and we're back with another video. I know it's been a while since my last upload, but you know, life, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna do something different today in this video. I'm gonna be reading scary stories off of Reddit. Yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna be doing here for y'all today. You know what I'm saying? You could be listening to this anytime, any night, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to sleep, playing a game, whatever, you know what I mean? But yeah, let's get into it. The friend that followed me home. For context, I'm a single, paranoid 22-year-old woman living in a small city. A lot of ladies out there will know the drill. I walk home from parties with my keys clenched between my fingers, scanning the street like I'm in a crime drama. I've always been cautious, borderline neurotic, but lately, something's been different and it's hard to describe. It's like someone's been walking behind me, but it doesn't feel creepy. It's more like they're just there. It started about a week ago. I had my headphones in, music low, and I was walking through the park like I usually do. Everything felt normal until I noticed the footsteps. These were slightly out of sync with my own walk, just enough that it couldn't be my echo. Naturally, I glanced around and found nothing. The path was empty, just trees, streetlights, and silence. I tried to brush it off as my imagination or paranoia, but something continued to just feel off. The air seemed heavier, and the shadows around me darker and thicker. Sometimes the dark can play tricks on you. I told myself I was overreacting, but then it happened again the next night. The same feeling of somebody following me, just out of sight. I turned around, and of course, there was nothing out of the ordinary there. But the footsteps never stopped. They kept pace with mine, always right behind me. And I know what you're thinking. Any rational person will call a taxi or pick another route home, right? I should have been scared, but I wasn't. There was something about it that felt almost innocent, maybe even comforting, if that makes any sense. One night, though, I decided to test it. I sped up, so did the footsteps. The faster I walked, the faster they got. And suddenly, I run into my flat, slamming the door shut behind me. And that's when I heard it. A voice, faint, muffled, like it was coming from just outside my door. But I swear, I heard it say, "I followed you home." I didn't open the door, not until morning, when I had to leave for work. By then, I convinced myself I'd imagined it. Stress, maybe like asleep. But the footsteps didn't stop. That night, they were back, but they weren't in a hurry. They just followed me, steady and quiet, like a shadow. When I stopped at my door, I heard it again. The same soft voice, closer this time. "I followed you home." Weirdly enough, I started getting used to it. I know how that sounds, but it never tried to hurt me. And it wasn't threatening. It just wanted to be there, maybe. Some nights I'd even talk to it absent-mindedly. Just a quiet whisper here and there. It was like I wasn't walking home alone anymore. It didn't respond, but I could hear it shifting, like it was listening. Last night something changed. I woke up in the middle of the night, feeling it. Not just a presence, but something else. Warmer, closer. I could hear breathing. Soft, steady, right by my bed. Not close enough to touch, but close enough to feel. This time when I asked, "What do you want?" it answered, "I don't want to be alone." I don't know what it is. I don't know why it chose me, or how long it's been there, following me. But whatever it is, it doesn't feel dangerous. It's just there, like it's been waiting for someone to notice, someone to let it stay. Chased at 3 a.m. This happened about 5 years ago. I was 14 at the time, and I decided to go over to my best friend's house to party because her parents went on a vacation. We will call her Kay. We were the same age and had been best friends since we were 11. Kay's older sister, 17 at the time, decided she was gonna go stay at a friend's house since she didn't like staying home alone and left us there. She told us not to tell Kay's parents since she was left in charge. Kay and I decided to invite our other friend, we'll call her Emmy, to the house. At 14, we were all pretty stupid and wanted to get drunk and high, so we called Kay's neighbor Hayden over. He brought some alcohol and weed over to the house and we started to drink. Once we decided to smoke, we got everything set up and realized we didn't have a lighter. We searched all over the house, up and down for 30 minutes and never found one. We also looked for matches and couldn't find one. Hayden says, we'll just walk to my house. My mom works the night shift and isn't there. Now, Hayden's house was about a 15-minute walk and it was 3 a.m. But there was 4 of us, so we thought we were good. I remember Kay, Emmy, and I were all dressed in booty shorts and crop tops, so we felt a little uncomfortable walking outside like that. But we were so drunk we didn't pay that much mind. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I know I'm supposed to be reading the story, but I almost broke character when I said the booty shorts and crop top part. But that shit, bro, oh my god, bro, I'm a man saying this shit. Anyways, let me get back to the story. I left my phone behind since my mom tracked my location. We ended up walking for a good 3 minutes when an old Honda Civic drives by us. We stop and watch it drive past us, and then it stops. All 4 of us went silent and looked like deer in headlights. We saw the Honda's reverse lights turn on, and immediately we started to run. We hid in the neighbor's huge bushes and watched this car drive past us slowly with some guy hanging out the window scanning houses. They eventually sped off, and we were a bit freaked out but laughed it off because of our adrenaline. We kept walking for another 2 minutes and hear brakes squeal. We looked behind us, and there it is again, the same car. It looked like it had made a loop around the neighborhood. We see their headlights turn onto the street we were on and immediately start to run again. Kay and I ran to the left, Hayden and Emmy ran to the right. I couldn't stop laughing from my adrenaline, but Kay was having a panic attack. We stood there in the bushes of this house and watched the car go by, even slower. I had to hold Kay's mouth shut because she wouldn't stop panting and freaking out. The car speeds off again, and now Kay and I are alone, in the dark, with no Emmy or Hayden in sight. I tell her, do you want to run back home or just run to Hayden's? She's so freaked out she can't make a decision for herself, so I grab her arm and just tell her to follow me. I'm running for my life to Hayden's house with Kay trailing behind me about to cry. Hayden's house was near the entrance/exit of the neighborhood, and the neighborhood is placed alongside a very busy road. As we're approaching Hayden's house, the same car is behind us, leaving the neighborhood. Maybe 0.2 miles behind us. I see the headlights hit my body, and I look at the car and immediately dive into Hayden's yard. I tell Kay to run to the door. The car still hasn't reached the house yet, so I get up and run for my life to the door. Hayden and Emmy were there waiting for us, but we couldn't get the code for the lock to work, so we just pressed our bodies along the wall as the car slowly went by one more time. This time with a dude hanging out of it screaming something at us, and Hayden finally opened the door. We calmed down and talked about the situation and said we're never doing that again. We searched the house for a lighter, couldn't find one, and used matches to smoke instead. We got stoned, went to sleep, and Kay and Emmy and I walked home very sleepy but cautious around 9 a.m. before Hayden's mom came home. Scariest moment of my life, but it was a thrill. Kids, don't do drugs. That wasn't in there, I just improvised that. Anyways, y'all, this is pretty much all the time I have left to make this video. I'm on a time crunch, plus I'm sick right now. Thank you guys for watching, you know what I'm saying? This is something new to me. I'm thinking about doing this in the future. Let me know if y'all want me to do more of these, because I feel like 2 stories it isn't really enough. It really isn't. But yeah, Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. Let me know if y'all want more videos. Thank you, and see y'all later. Safety.